My whole life, I always knew I was special. Even with no remainders, I could always move a decimal. Money on my mind while the girls that made un beso. Hustlers in my blood and it's running through my vessels. Just trying to clear the threshold, just trying to make a way. In my race against time, I could see an early grave. School to prison pipeline, 12 years a slave. Suspension and detention is conditioned for a cage.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros are comments made by Eddie Hearn. Let's take a listen to what Eddie Hearn had to say. All right, so this was Eddie Hearn on the same MMA show. It's called MMA Fighting on SBN, but you can subscribe to the channel. And here's what Eddie Hearn had to say about signing Terence Crawford.
Here last night, he's 23 years old. You know, he can really fight. I think this kid's a real young superstar, so he's ready.
Do you have any interest in Terence Crawford?
Yes, because he's a pound-for-pound top fighter. Goes back to the value of a fight. You know,
Have you talked to him?
Yeah, I've had some chats with his representatives. The problem is what can we deliver in that weight class for him? You know, it's a weight class historically dominated by PBC. So it's one thing getting Terence Crawford and paying him great money, but the other one is which fight are you going to give him that's actually going to deliver for DAZN? And we don't have access to a lot of those welterweights that would deliver value. Errol Spence, greatest example. And again, it comes back to how much money is Terence Crawford going to generate? Amazing fighter. But I just feel that promotionally, they haven't done the job that perhaps could have been done on Terence Crawford to make him the draw that he should be.
Okay. So do you think that it's worth it for you, or you're not interested? Like, are you?
I'm interested because he's a great fighter.
Right.
But I think we all struggle to deliver the numbers that he would want, unless he was so sensible. Like, my idea of sensible might be ludicrous to, you know, Adrian Broner,
right,
for example. You know, is a good example of you know, but that doesn't mean we're always right, but we know the numbers. This is the difference. We know the numbers, but fighters and their representatives don't really care what the numbers is. They've got their own numbers.
Mm-hmm. So at this point, you and Canelo, where do you?
All right. So you heard what Eddie Hearn basically had to say about Terence Crawford and how it really wouldn't be lucrative to sign him at this point in time, especially at the numbers that he's looking for, and etc. I'm going to turn it over to Trill Dollar Bill. What's your reaction to what Eddie Hearn said?
So everything we've been saying. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Now you're going to call us haters now, or you're going to call us haters now that Eddie's saying the same thing that we've been saying?
Practically verbatim. Practically verbatim.
Oh, y'all gonna backtrack now and be like, "Oh, we rock with y'all now." We were just joking. You know what I mean? I just want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna believe it more because it's coming from Eddie's mouth now? That's why I say a lot of y'all weirdos. That's why if y'all don't show y'all face, I don't even look at the comments no more. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because y'all can't be objective. Y'all want to get personal, want to name call and do all this weird stuff, right? When you're wrong. It's okay. It's just an opinion. You get mad up for an opinion. There's something wrong with you. But I agree with Eddie. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And that's what we've been saying here on the Boxing Bros. I'm done.
I feel you, bro. It's like, don't even want to talk about it anymore. It's like not even worth the backlash that you get for telling the truth. Conspiracy G?
Yeah, this whole clip, what it told me was Eddie Hearn has learned from Bob's mistakes. We're not doing that over here in the zone, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and man, salute to Bob, you know, because Bob tried to lock down a top fighter in the welterweight division. But again, it's tough when the guy is asking for so much and you can't really provide him the top names because the top names are across the street. Eddie understands that. He's like, yo, all I got is this little kid named Conor Ben. I don't know what I could really do with TC right now unless TC's willing to take a pay cut. And what he said was, which made sense. Fighters and their teams, you know, they're not trying to take a pay cut, right? Understandable. They're not the ones managing the show. right? They don't have to worry about the losses,
Mhm.
right? Their set fee is their set fee. So he's like, TC, I hear you, but I can't make that gamble. It's a risk, And so to me, it seems like, yo, TC, you gotta go to PBC, bro.
Hey, dog. Hey, yo, G, call what he said. Be sensible.
Yeah, exactly.
Be sensible. That's the word to me that was like, damn.
Yeah.
And then he tried to like dress it up like, well, sensible to me means, but he was basically saying like, dude,
That's what I'm saying.
you're out there, bro.
Poor Bob.
But hey,
Poor Bob. You know why? Bob made sure that he had the money in his pockets, and you turn around and call this poor man a bigot.
well, that probably did happen. But at the very least, Al and Eddie, they learn from Bob's mistakes. They're like, yeah, you pumped so much money into this guy, and you got nothing to show for it. We're not making those same mistakes, And what I think is going to happen is TC is going to be forced to go to PBC and take a pay cut. He's going to have to do it. It just is what it is, or he's just going to retire, And it's, again, unfortunate, but TC, man, yo, you might want to hit up Spence on the side, like, yo, that 60-40 still available for your boy. I'm in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, because then
it'll be like 70-30.
yo, at this point, even still, if you beat Spence, then you are the man. You know what I mean? And then you have more like negotiation power and stuff like that. But as of right now, man, you're like literally one man, like on an island by itself, and you no longer have your promoter. Bob held you down. Now you just essentially crapped on that relationship. So what do you have now? You went to Eddie. Eddie's like, I want to help you, but you're too expensive. You got to be sensible. And I don't know if TC is willing to do that with Eddie, but I think he is willing to do that with Al because he can negotiate several different fights. He could be like, yo, I want the Spence fight, but also give me some other fights on the side. Give me that Thurman fight. You know what I mean? Even if he say, yo, I want to retire with the Boots fight, he could do that. Al would be like, he'll love to do that. You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, all right, because he could see the money in it now. But Eddie, he's just like, yo, I don't really have a stable in the welterweight division like that to even generate money off of you. So it's like, how do I make money? Unless you take a pay cut. TC not going to do that with Eddie. I think he'll do that with Al because at least Al got some guys with some belts. Ugas got a belt. Spence got a belt. So, he can make some fights for TC. So I think TC, man, just swallow your pride and hit up Al Heyman.
All right. Never TVE.
Man, forget all that, TC, yo. I'm gonna rock with you right now, yo. You gotta be prideful, yo. You gotta let people know who you are. You TC, you Terence Crawford, Terence Bud Crawford. You've been in the league for like over 30 years, and you've been doing your thing, and now people want to tell you tone it down and take a pay cut. Nah, baby, get your money. If there's no money to be found, yo, get your money, yo. I don't care if you got leak. You got Strain. Damn, why am I losing his name right now? if you got Drain, freaking ESPN dry. You got Drain PBC dry. You got Drain everybody dry. Do your thing, man. You know your worth. You know your worth, TC. Drain them dry. That's what you're gonna do, man. You're gonna get your money at the end of the day. It don't matter who profits. Nobody's profiting off of you. And that's what you got. That's what you understand. Your potential. Nobody's profiting a dime off of your name, TC. Like there's nobody profiting a dime, and you're happy with that. Like I don't care if nobody's satisfied how I box, how I entertain them. I get paid, and nobody does it. So TC, do you keep doing what you do, and that's that. Like.
He did it again, Ned. You was cooking, Ned. Yo, Ned, you gonna let that happen, Ned?
Now let's see what you guys say.
G in the stick and Trent G was like,
nah, I'm just saying, like, does TC really know his worth? Like, and I'm
yes, he does. How old is he? He's over 30. He knows his worth, man. You don't have to tell a man over 30 what his worth is. He knows his worth. He made this far in boxing, and he has not capitalized the hearts of Americans. Ukrainian, the world. He hasn't capitalized the heart of the world to support him behind his. He knows his worth, and he's taking $1 from your pocket without giving you good
I'm
bucks.
gonna say this. I honestly believe he doesn't know his worth. And I think, and I'm not even, me, I'm a TC guy. I like TC. But I think Bob put a false sense of his worth by giving him these $1 million guarantees every fight. That's the problem. Because then now he's thinking, anywhere I go, I'm going to get X amount of millions for these fights. And nobody's going to be paying for that because they're like, I don't see a return for me. Remember, it's still a business. It is cute that you're pound for pound number one. But if you can't sell yourself, and that's the problem. Even Earl Spence got this problem. Yo, they're not good at marketing themselves. They're not really out there. They're not promoting themselves. They don't really do good jobs promoting fights. Yo, that's a problem, bro. If you're a promoter, you're like, damn, man, this guy don't say nothing. He stays over there in the Midwest. You know what I mean? It's tough. So that's why I'm like, do you really believe TC knows his actual worth, bro? Like,
yes, yes, he knows his worth, man. And the sad thing about it is, he has so much potential, but he chooses to not use it.
Yeah, you said potential. That's not worth.
Yo, G, Ned's trolling, dog. Ned's trolling. Ned's saying, like, keep being stubborn, keep being bullheaded, keep thinking you have so much value.
TC, don't hire Ned, yo. I'm telling you right now, you're going to be broke.
TC, hire me because we won't get a fee. You hear me?
All right, yo, you done cooking?
I'm done. That's all you, baby.
Yo, listen. I'm going to start off by saying this. I predicted this exact scenario in one of our older videos. Go listen to it. I predicted this exact scenario. I said you leave Bob and then what? And I broke down leverage. It's all about having leverage. And I broke down how Bob was his security blanket this whole time. How Bob gave him a major team behind him. How Bob had a roster of fighters that he can feed to TC to keep his name up there, to keep him relevant, to keep him in the pound for pound discussion. For example, if TC didn't show Bob his behind on the way out and he would have re-signed with Bob, we'd be talking about him fighting Josh Taylor right now. How you think that would look? Josh Taylor undefeated, moving up, former undisputed champion at 140, fights other former undisputed one champion at 144 belt. That would have did pretty well. That would have did good for TC. TC would have got a hell of a lot of credit for beating him, especially in them ESPN rankings, right? But all I'm saying to you is Bob was his security blanket. Bob gave him guarantees that he didn't generate enough money for, so Bob was taking a loss, but still gave him those guarantees, gave him a false sense of his worth. So like I said, once Bob is not in the equation, Bob's not going to let you fight any of his fighters. Virgil Ortiz, gone. Josh Taylor, gone. All these potential fights that you could have had with welterweights on Top Rank are gone, right? So now you need to get an opponent. Who are you going to get one from? Eddie Hearn doesn't have welterweights. He has one, Conor, and he's trying to build Conor up for the big bucks. So he's not trying to damage his potential future cash cow by letting you beat him with no ink on that pen without you signing a deal, right? So you're not going to get to fight him. Oh, you're going to go to PBC? They're not letting you fight any of their fighters without you inking a deal with them long term. And I've been pointing this out to everyone. I said negotiations are all about leverage. What TC had going for him was he had that man Bob Arum. And Bob Arum could keep feeding him opponents. Bob Arum could keep getting him money where he actually made money comparable to or even more than the other fighters on the PBC roster. You see, but now he's put himself in a position where he's asking for too much. And I broke this down before. It's about value. I stated to you, 60-40 with Spence was a great deal for him. A great deal for him. Because he could have inherited the throne. Still got a good piece of the pie. And then he could have rolled into the sunset on his own. Imagine he fights Spence for 60-40 while he's with Bob, right? He beats Earl Spence. He has the belts. He beats him in a rematch. He has the belts. He finishes his contract with Bob, undisputed welterweight champion with all the belts, and now he's a shot caller like Canelo. I laid that blueprint out, but y'all called me a hater. Y'all said what's up, but now you seeing what I've been trying to tell you. Once he left Bob, he wasn't going to have any options. Go ahead, Ned.
Katie, you a hater.
Mm-hmm. Anything else you like to add?
No.
See, the problem is the truth hurts. And like when I think it was like A Few Good Men, the movie, when he says, you can't handle the truth. It's funny. It became like a big thing. But a lot of people can't handle the truth, yo. So once you start telling the truth and it's not what they want to hear, they get defensive. They start attacking. They see red. All the stuff y'all said when I would say these things, you try to like violate me in the comment section. I didn't even respond to you because it's not even worth my time. But I say this: where's the apology? Where's the acknowledgement?
Never gonna get it.
Exactly.
Never gonna get it.
Where's the acknowledgement that's like, yo, damn, yo, Caden, you were right. You were right. Or Caden, you don't even got to say that because that's asking you to be, too much of a decent human being. But how about saying, you know what? I was wrong about you. There was more merit to what you were saying than I actually realized at the time. I wrote ignorant personal comments about you analyzing the situation, being impartial with just the facts. Come on, man. Y'all getting too emotionally invested in stuff. Yo, like y'all emotionally invested in TC, like, you know what I mean? Hey, listen, I ain't gonna go there. Look, hey, look. You can't even get, anyone saying anything about me like that can't even get me mad, bro. You got to say that about someone I really love, and that'll get me mad. But saying about me wouldn't even bother me. So, like, you love TC like that? Let me repeat that. Saying things about me don't bother me. The only thing that could get me really worked up is if you get out of line with someone I love. That could really work me up. So you guys love TC like that? I'm just trying to find out because it's just ridiculous how it's getting in the conversation. Y'all talking about I'm emotional, but y'all writing books in the comment section. I'm not emotional. I'm doing what I do for every fighter. I done did this with Deontay Wilder. I done did this with a bunch of other people. I'm doing what I do. You're the one getting emotional because you can't handle what I'm saying. But the fact remains, we caught this a long time ago. Add this to the list of things we caught way before it happened. And again, it's just like now that it's unfolding, and you heard what we've said, what I've said, practically verbatim from Eddie Hearn's mouth. Go call him everything you called me. Go do it. Do it. See, this is what I'm talking about, man. It's not even fun to talk about TC no more because all we do is what we do with everything else, and then y'all come with your guns blazing. Y'all, you know what's so sad? Oh, I can't even watch the videos. You can't watch the truth. At the end of the day, it's sad that this is happening to Terence Crawford because I want to see the Earl Spence fight just as much as everyone else. I could care less who wins. For me, it's about boxing. It's about creating that star to replace Floyd Mayweather in the welterweight division to carry boxing to new heights. I miss the days when we knew that a fight was happening and it was going to sell over 1 million pay-per-view buys easy. I miss that. When Floyd fought, it was like the Super Bowl. Pacquiao at the peak of his powers, when he fought, it was like the Super Bowl. I miss us having those. I miss boxing having that superstar. I miss boxing having those superstars. And the sad part is we have the potential to get this done, but fighters aren't playing their role. Fighters aren't doing their part. We're going to get into Dillian White a little bit later, but 60-40 was a good damn deal for Terence Crawford. And when he didn't take it, his fans never said, like, yo, whatever, y'all didn't call it out. And now look at him. It was a good damn deal for him. But remember this, yesterday's prices are not today's prices. And if Earl Spence beats Ugas, or if Ugas beats Earl Spence, the winner of that fight now has 3 belts and options. TC got none. What do you think the split should be for him now? And is he humble enough to accept it now? You see what I mean? leverage. Leverage, leverage, leverage. Let me help you out. 101 for anyone who's in a negotiating situation. It's always about leverage. Who has the better option should this deal not take place? That person was never Terence Crawford. It was never going to end well for him. That's all I try to tell you. And for that, you did all this stuff. Now go say it to Eddie Hearn. Go say it to PBC, who said he doesn't sell. Go say it to Bob Arum, who said he lost money on him. You know, if everybody's saying the same thing and you're the only one thinking something else, is everybody crazy or are you the one that's insane? You answer that question.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe and check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We the Boxing Bros. Y'all better start coming correct. We don't be playing, man.
They won't even watch this video to get their medicine.